Let me ask you something personal. You wake up in the morning, and before you even get out of bed, there is already a weight on your chest, a pressure you cannot explain to people because it lives inside your mind every single day. Not just the weight of your body, the weight of your situation. Your bank account has you stressed, your health feels out of control, and you have tried. You have really tried, but nothing seems to change. You feel stuck, and the scariest part is not even the pain anymore. It is getting used to the pain. If that is you right now, I want you to hear me very clearly. The fact that you feel stuck does not mean you are broken. It means your mind and body have been carrying too much for too long. Science actually explains why you feel this way, and more importantly, science explains exactly how to get out. Today we are going to break this down completely. The psychology behind why people stay trapped, the exact strategies that transform lives, and a growth plan you can start building today. Not next year, not when life becomes perfect, today. Stay with me until the end, because we are not just talking motivation, we are talking method. Here is something most motivational content will never tell you. Being stuck is not a character flaw. It is a neurological condition caused by your circumstances. Your environment silently shapes your thinking more than most people realize. Researchers at Princeton and Harvard published a landmark study showing that poverty and financial stress literally reduce your cognitive capacity. In other words, stress steals mental energy. What does that mean in plain language? When you are constantly worried about money, your brain uses up so much mental energy on that worry that you have less thinking power left for everything else, for problem solving, for planning, for making better decisions. The stress is not just emotional, it changes how your brain physically operates. This is why exhausted people often struggle to stay motivated even when they desperately want change. And if you add weight struggles on top of financial stress, the body is carrying elevated cortisol, the stress hormone, all day long. Your body stays in survival mode. High cortisol impairs your hippocampus, which is the part of the brain responsible for memory, motivation, and emotional regulation. This is why people in very difficult circumstances often feel hopeless, impulsive, or like they cannot think clearly. Not because they are weak, but because they are overwhelmed. But here is the most important thing. Knowing this means you can fight it with strategy, not just willpower. And strategy always beats temporary motivation. James Clear teaches something that sounds simple, but is actually revolutionary. He says most people try to change their life by focusing on what they want to achieve. Lose weight, make more money, get healthy. But those are outcomes, and outcomes-based thinking almost always fails. Because goals do not change behavior, identity does. The root is identity. Who do you believe you are? Think about it this way. If you tell yourself, I want to lose weight, that is a goal. But if you tell yourself, I am someone who takes care of my body, that is an identity. An identity changes decisions automatically. The person with the identity makes different decisions automatically, not because they are more disciplined, but because their behavior now matches who they believe they are. Small actions become proof of a new self. So the very first shift I want you to make, right now, not next Monday, is to ask yourself, who is the version of me that has already broken free? What habits does that version repeat daily? What excuses did they stop accepting? Let's talk about the body. If your weight is above 100 kilos and your health is suffering, I need you to hear this first. Your body is not your enemy. It has been trying to protect you through stress, exhaustion, and survival. The goal is not to punish it. The goal is to partner with it. A daily 10-minute walk after one meal reduces blood sugar, lowers cortisol, improves mood, and builds the identity of someone who moves. Tiny habits seem weak in the beginning, until they completely change your life. Eliminating everything at once almost always fails and leads to shame. People do not fail because change is impossible. They fail because they try to change everything overnight. Protect your sleep like it is your most important investment, because it literally is. A tired brain will always choose comfort over growth. Now let us talk money, and I'm not going to insult you with generic advice like spend less, save more. You already know that. You are in this situation because of compounding stress, pressure, and survival thinking. The fastest way out of financial stagnation is to develop one monetizable skill. One skill can completely change your future if you stay consistent long enough. Every self-made person began this way. Nobody starts powerful. They become powerful through repetition. Psychologists studying poverty found something called aspiration failure, where people unconsciously lower their vision for themselves to match their current reality. They stop dreaming because disappointment became familiar. The antidote is deliberate daily exposure to possibility. Your brain needs proof before it commits to belief. Here is something extraordinary. The very story you are living, struggling, fighting, trying to rebuild your life, is the most powerful content you could ever create. People connect to honesty more than perfection. The content that goes viral is not the destination story. It is the transformation story. People want to watch someone becoming stronger in real time. Consistency beats talent every single time, because talent without discipline disappears. I want to leave you with one truth. The science is clear. Being stuck is not your fault, but staying stuck forever does not have to become your future. Your life can change slowly, and then suddenly. The system can be broken, not dramatically, but consistently, vote by vote, habit by habit. One good decision repeated long enough becomes a completely different life. Before you leave this video, ask yourself one serious question. If your life stays exactly the same for the next 5 years, would you honestly be happy? Or is it finally time to change something? Write your 3 identity statements. Choose one health habit. Identify one skill. And most importantly, start before you feel ready. If this video gave you something real, do not just scroll away and forget it tomorrow. Use it. Share it with one person who feels stuck right now. Subscribe this channel, because this channel is not about fake motivation. This channel is about rebuilding your life one decision at a time. And comment below, what is the first thing you are changing starting today? Your answer might become the beginning of your next chapter.